Boxers are like prostitutes, are in the business of ruining their lives for the pleasure of strangers. That was said by Wayne Kelly, a ringside physician, which is crazy to think about, that a boxer will give away years of his life for the entertainment of others. Actually, thinking about it now, it's hard to imagine someone giving away years of their life for a person to be hyped up about him almost destroying someone in the ring. My reason of choosing this topic of boxing, the dark side of boxing, is because I have suffered some blows too, either to the head, to ribs, to everything. I was just in a car crash and I suffered a concussion, broken ribs, and I wasn't fully there in a way, and I'm barely getting back into being like able to speak right and giving like my time into this. It got me to an emotional stage where I was learning about myself and learning about others that have went through everything I'm going through. So this is why I decided to get on this topic. And to start off, you guys may not know what the dark side of boxing is, which for me, to explain it as the dark side of boxing is deaths and illnesses caused by boxing itself, of course. To give an example, Muhammad Ali, one of famous boxers, didn't even know who he was towards the end of his own life. It was told in one of the interviews that he gave to, I believe, ESPN, the reporter's name was David Archit, and he gave the interview, and his wife basically gave the interview for him, because he would be able to speak, but he wouldn't be able to remember anything pretty much. It would just be him stuttering, him basically not even having enough balance to stand upright. And all this was caused, or has been caused, by the number of hits a fighter has taken throughout his whole career, injuries left untreated or misdiagnosed, and where the impact is upon in the body or in the face or just any area into it. I have researched all these, and it does connect to boxers being the way they are, and from my full experience, it did connect to me for knowing about where my pain was coming from and where I was hit at, and understanding that I suffered some of the same symptoms that they suffered. How much pain is too much pain? It's a question that doesn't have an answer. If it has an answer, the person who suffered the pain isn't here to answer the question. Take Duke Kim, for example. He went 15 rounds in a whole fight when physicians by ringside told him that he shouldn't have gone the way it went. And a little bit later, after the fight, they started switching, because boxing was 15 rounds, and they lowered it down to 12 rounds after that fight, because they tried to eliminate the attempts of they try to eliminate the hit ratio onto another boxers in each round it goes into. But it's all part of the game in boxing, because in boxing it is who hits more and who gets hit more. Injuries and undiagnosis or misdiagnosis. Neil Rivers, who reviews tapes into boxing, he stated that in one of the fights that he was a part of, he saw after reviewing that he should have stopped the fight into the 4th round. That was the fight of Mayweather and Shane Mosley. He said that Mayweather took a big hit that stumbled him, and that was a hit that could have caused a concussion or either brain damage. And they just kept the fight going on because that was a big money fight. This interview was taken by Life Science in 2010. Common injuries in boxing: concussions, bruising of ribs, broken or fractured jaws. These are all common injuries that occur in boxing, either because of the hit, how hard they got hit, or where they got hit. Now, how hard you hit, it's not how hard you hit, it's where you get hit. I did like a little, I don't know if you guys ever been to a hospital, you guys see the little scale of the pain, and that's what I put, and then I just put that it's the toe thing. And why does all this matter? It matters because it can happen to anyone. I put my favorite soccer player up there because, well, one of my favorite soccer players. His name is Molina David, or David Molina, and he suffered a concussion during the game after going for a headed ball into it, and then after that he was stretchered out for the whole game. And then accidents, of course, accidents happen, and we don't ever know if we'll ever be, into that situation until it gets us into it. Like, I would never have thought, concussion would really matter to me, because I'm not thinking about it, or I'm not thinking about like a broken rib or a bruised rib until it happens. And finally, I want to leave you guys with a final statement, which is everyone has a plan until they get hit. Then, like a rat, they stop in fear or freeze. And that's actually what happened. And that, I think of that, I do think it's true in boxing, as I do think it's true in life. Because everyone has a plan, but once an obstacle or a situation is put in front of you, like, it changes your whole world. From experience, I can say that, or from anything. Like, if you take a hard class and you fail it, it hit you, it stopped you, it stumbled you. If you're in a car accident, if you're a good baseball player, soccer player, it stumbled you and it failed you, it made you stop. Thank you guys.